would be a good hype matchup versus the God Knights. It kind of depends what they do, right? So because this guy, Summers, has the sword, you could argue Zoro. Okay, but that's easy. That's very easy. For this dude, what element does the Kirin use? Well, I think his power is gonna matter for sure. But and honestly, like for Gunko, it feels like it's just gonna be another girl. I'll be with you. Oda tends to do, yeah, like fair, like Robin and Nami versus Gunko. But if Gunko is as strong as in Loki or stronger, oh god, man, oh geez, dude, oh god, I don't know. Cause Shamrock glazed the fuck out of Gunko. Like, yo, okay. So versus Jinbei, I mean maybe, but what Oda tends to do, honestly, what many shonen guys tend to do is that they tend to have the girls fight girls, right? In terms of the serious fight. And Oda has always done that, whether it was Miss Littlefinger versus Nami, whether it was Robin versus Black Maria, whether it was Nami versus Khalifa or versus Ulti, right? It's like there's always, it tends to be girl on girl. It tends to be girl on girl. There are some times where it's not, like Robin versus my boy Yama from Skypiea. Yeah, my boy Yama. Let's go. I'm one of the few niggas that remembers Yama from Skypiea. I love that nigga. That nigga was funny as fuck. But it tends to be a case here where, you know, I guess you know what you could do? You could have Robin and Nami and Ripley and Gerd versus Gunko, right? So you could do that. And then, you know what? Why not? If this guy, sword dude, fights against Zoro because he's a sword, then give this guy to Sanji. Yeah, give this guy to Sanji. Now, what that means for Usopp, I don't know. Usopp should have some fight with somebody. For sure. For sure. I don't know who. I have no idea who. But there should be someone. Or at least a disgustingly what the F moment where he starts leading giants into combat. But look at the Summers belt. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I think that, maybe. Oh, you're right. It has the hoof and the wings. I got you. Nice call. Nice call, the belt. Yeah, but this guy for sure could be a Zoro fight because he has a crazy whip sword, Rose Wando. He could be the Ishtar equivalent. Who knows? But because this guy also appeared at the same time as Mr. Dragon Up as Jake Long, then maybe we have Rose with fighting, and so yeah, so Jake Long versus Sanji, and then Rose Rondo versus Zoro. Okay, fair enough. That's easy. Light work. Again, you could have Nami, Ripley, Gerd, and Robin all team up to fight against Gunko. But again, if she's as strong as Loki, oof. However, and I'm sorry, it is what it is. If Shamrock is going to leave, I don't think any of these dudes have the energy to fight against Luffy. Luffy. I don't see it, man. I don't see Gunko or Kieran Graham or Summers having the sauce to fight against Luffy, dude. Now, okay, let's say it's gonna be Loki versus Luffy. Then it's gotta be a third party, fourth party thing going on. And Loki still can fight against Luffy because he maybe involves Shanks some roundabout way. Maybe it's like, okay, like the Shrug Elbaf shit, who knows? So it could be a Loki thing. And then these guys have to fight against, you know, as a third party involved, they gotta fight against other Shrats too. Possible. But just bring back Big Mom, baby, and it's easy. Yeah. Just bring back the big bitch. And we're in season. All right? The fruits are ripening at the correct time. Just bring back Big Mom, and we are muy bueno, señoritas. Muy bueno, dude. No, she's dead. Nah, she ain't dead. She got catapulted out of the volcano and right now is in recovery mode. Okay, she's eating some donuts, drinking mochi, getting her swell back on. Like, yo, mama. Listen, I lost my cred right now. I need to go find me some fucking Monkey D real quick, bro. Like, goddamn. And it would make sense considering how she's a character that needs to be, I think, properly wrapped up, especially in Elbaf, making the most damn sense, right? These guys are not, they're not the massive, mega, giga, what the F, holy crap, armada. Like, if Elbaf is going to be a long arc, these guys are not the reason why it's going to be a long arc. Fucking Rose Rondo, Jake Long, and the military girl? What the No, like, no offense, but y'all ain't gonna make this arc 4 years long. But Big Mom, she's the one. Shamrock is leaving. Who's fighting Luffy? Let me know, someone please. Both 2v1? Bro, listen, Karen Graham is not the nigga to fight against Luffy. This dude, nah. This dude, he breathes henchman, dude. He's not him. I'm not sleeping on them. They're strong as I just don't know if they're Luffy strong. And honestly, the only person I had confidence in that was Shamrock. He's the only one. Listen. I'll forget. Okay, I'm not gonna go back. Yes, was Gabon doing his thing? Absolutely. This kid turned an admiral and an elder into Frisbee disc. All he needed was a giant doggo and he would have been set. Catch. They better be OD. I mean, bro, Kieran Graham and Summers have got to be some of the nuttiest dudes in the verse to match with Luffy. I'm just keeping it a stack. I'm being real. I'm not sleeping on them. I'm not. But remember, okay? And Oda said this. I know. He has said before that he tends to make the main cast of characters weaker at the beginning of arcs. That's what he tends to do. Okay, fine. But so when he looks mid compared to Gabon, this is not Luffy at the end of the arc where he's at full power and he's breaking the rules of reality. I'm not seeing any rule breakers here. This man ain't a rule breaker. He's not a rule breaker. She ain't no rule breaker. The only rule breaker is this nigga right here. He's the only rule breaker. Kid! Yes! Kid. Mugiwara. I heard that strike came from Shanks. There's no fucking way you're a fan of Shanks, right? That cocksucker. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Shanks. Fight me now. To the death. Again. At the end of Elbaf, after 3.5 years of this arc, I'm your final opponent, Luffy. Me, useless Captain Kidd. Hey, I'm about to find Oda right then and there. I'm not reading a single chapter after that for the next month. Where the fuck is Oda? Give me an address. Give me an address. Panaman. 20. The very first Devil Fruit user probably never ate a fruit. I'm cool with that. So wouldn't their title not include a model, but instead their abilities to transform because it was born from desire, not consumed from the fruit? I mean, it depends, because if it involves the eternal flame, then a desire is the flame itself. You argue. One, and two is that from moving forward, that'll be the standard though. The only one that breaks that standard will be Emu, but we don't. But Emu probably has a power. So what's Emu's power? Emu is likely not the first Duffer used in the story. That's my guess. So what is Emu then doing? But yeah, that's it. Do you think Sanji unlocks Sango's this arc? Maybe, maybe not. I'd rather it be Usopp, honestly. Sanji can let's get it later. But because I would say for the story, he may get infusion, and now there's a better chance because Gabon has infusion, and Gabon is kind of gnarly. I ain't gonna lie to you. And but this arc, again, we're early in the arc. This arc has got to be way more Usopp focused. So I don't see Sanji having awakened the sin as Usopp does, but I can see happening in the future because I think it is going to involve his family still. I think that Sanji's going to have a big moment with his family, and it should tie to what he said to Kuma too. way back when through the bark, where he told Kuma that the Marines have to watch out for him the most, where he's gonna be the biggest threat to them in terms of the crew. And I can see that happening because Oda kind of set it up that way. But actually, that requires a video in the future. That one I do need to do. But maybe not. Depends. Potential matchup: Jinbei, Robin, Nami, etc. versus Gunko, Kiringram, or Kilogram. Is it Kilogram? Is it Kill or Kiri? Because I know it's a Q is a K instead. Or yeah. So let me see. Yeah, no, it's the full. So you guys call him Kilogram. So Kilogram. Actually, I kind of like Kilogram more. Kilogram is way more badass than Kilogram. Yeah, Kilogram versus Kilogram or Kilogram. That sounds way cooler. Kilogram. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, Kilogram. I like that. That's like not bad at all. Okay, so we have Google gets the whole work. She gets Jinbei and Robin and Nami versus Gunko. Sanji Kilogram 1v1. Mr. Prince versus Emperor Makers. Interesting. Summers versus Zoro. Flower Style versus 3-Star Style. That's the idea. Yeah, fair enough. I can see that. I feel like we should also have the Giantess as well in there too. I think we should have the Giantess, Ripley, and Gerd. That'd be cool too. Because the Giants have to fight people too in this arc, you argue, right? Yeah. Reggie, appreciate it for the 5. Could that glimmer have been a future sight hint? Scopper did a devastating move to egg them on and perceive their answer, and what he saw was enough. Okay. I mean, to be fair, you could argue he was just trolling. Like, that was like a big troll. Like, okay, he's gonna, like, these guys are like getting ready to fight hardcore. He's like, kids, brace yourself. Here it come. I'll give up. You can argue it was just like it was an aura flex to kind of troll them, you know? Like, some badass in the corner, posed up, wind, like hair in the wind, look at the sky. And in reality, he's waiting for a bus. Like, okay, nigga, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, or for what? Like, what are you doing? Waiting for the bus. Stop lying. Like, so you can argue it's kind of like that, where he's kind of just trolling, gassing up his intensity just to give up. But even still, because you already know, listen, he has gnarly ass future sight. You can argue that he doesn't necessarily need that. Because Luffy, now, to be fair, Luffy also has very damn good future sight too. But that's not his proficiency, or I should say, that's not his affinity for Haki. It's Conqueror's Haki. So, even in terms of future predictability, someone's better than him, and that's my boy. Gabon. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, to be fair, he also does club with Conqueror's Haki with the mallet, but Luffy just gets back up. Tenki's. So you can argue. So even though we do see infusion, his best thing I think is still the observation Haki, because this man he's untouchable. He's like, we. I do see what you're saying, but I do see what you're saying. I definitely.
See you. Bye bye.